Hi. In this clip from our Technical SEO for Law Firm Websites webinar, you will learn about how to make your law firm website accessible and ADA compliant. If you want to see more Justia videos on law practice and legal marketing, be sure to subscribe to our channel.
All right, I'm going to run through just a few more items here. Accessibility and ADA. Again, this is something that can help you with SEO, but it also can help you with the law, right? So a lot of folks know the Domino's case came out a while ago, a few years ago, and basically said ADA requirements in the Ninth Circuit, at least, are going to be imposed even if there's no set requirements by the government. So the government had delayed when they were going to put out sort of a safe harbor as to what you had to do for a website. Domino's had some issues, missing alt text, things like that, which would be good for SEO regardless. But the basic thing is they were found liable for it. And again, there's a split among the circuits of it, but it's a court case, right? It's a legal issue, not just a SEO issue. Although most of the stuff they ask you to do for accessibility is great for SEO. So we've always been focused on it because it's just a good idea. All right, now at the current time, the Department of Justice, and this is, by the way, is the beta version of their site, which is pretty good. They are now requiring that your site be ADA compliant. So here's sort of the highlighted part here. That if you're offering goods and services to the public, you're not just as your storefront and everything else need to be accessible, but the website itself is seen as a public accommodation that needs to be accessible. So your website needs to be accessible to the individuals, the public, if they have disabilities in particular. Visual disabilities, it could be audio stuff if there's audio issues on your site. So you got to be on top of that part. All right, you got to make your site accessible. Good. It's still a great idea for SEO, but let's sort of run through a couple tools here. So first, we saw the Google tool earlier. I skipped by that a little bit, but here's Google Page Insights. Here's accessibility. You can click there. It will give you basically a basic accessibility score, which is good to have. And they'll also list some items that you need to manually check. All right. So these items I need to take a look at. So which are fine. I have other tools I'll show you in a second to check those out. But at a basic level, you can use the same Google PageSpeed tools. Just get a quick glance if Google sees your site is accessible. Not the end all, but something to start with. Some past audits gives you an idea of some of the things that they check for. Okay. All right. Here's the current ADA site. Now we just saw the beta site, but this is a current ADA site. I ran this through. Well, first they failed Core Web Vitals, but they also failed accessibility. Well, they didn't pass. They got it yellow. So if you're the ADA.gov site, if you talk about a site that should get 100 on accessibility from Google, it's the ADA.gov site. But they got an 84 because they're missing a label on one of their form elements. All right. That would take them about somewhere between 10 and 15 seconds to fix, but instead they're being made an example of in this presentation. So again, the new site passes the accessibility, at least the homepage of it. Although both the old site and the new site fail Core Web Vitals, which apparently not part of the ADA compliance scheme for folks, but should be for your SEO, as I mentioned. Here's the failure. All right, for your own website, what tools should you use? There's a tool called Wave. So if you go to wave.webaim.org, it's a Wave tool that's a plugin. You can also check out some different pages. This is the best tool, I think, to use. This is the one that we've used. I know folks over at some of the different universities and colleges have been using this tool to make sure they're self-compliant as well. And you can run this tool. I use as a plugin on Chrome, and it gives you a quick little readout of how well your site's doing. So here it is. It's sort of highlighting the different elements. So I can see here's a summary of it. Here are the alerts, right? I can check out my alerts. I had no errors and no contrast errors, but I did have some alerts, things I need to check, using, multiple links going to the same page, different things like that. Most of these are totally fine. And I think all of them are totally fine in this particular instance. But you can check those out manually, and then you have different features and things. Reference is just how you would click on something. This is just sort of the organizational structure of the site. And here's the contrast page of it. But the big two that I like to look at are the summary and the details. And then I look at the contrast part, because the contrast something is sometimes people miss that. And that's also important. So those are items. But this is a tool that you could actually use to go check out your pages. So this is something, use this tool. This is really, really good. There's a lot of other tools out there. What I can say about this tool is that this is what we use. It's our core tool, and colleges and universities have been using it. And we know, they're the ones that are getting studied the most for ADA stuff. So they're always on top of that stuff.
Thanks for watching. Now you know how important it is to have an accessible and ADA compliant website. We hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did enjoy it, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more law practice and legal marketing videos.